board members? All right, we also will need a motion for this.
Madam Chairperson, I make the motion to the adoption of resolution authorizing the issuance and sale of a not exceeding $3 million tax anticipation note through the 2025 Sago TAN program.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion has been made by Ms. Jenny Enfinger, seconded by Ms. Evelyn Enfinger to adopt the Skago TAN bond. Are there any further questions or comments? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
It is approved. Thank you.
Thank you
Ms.
all. If you need anything ever, feel free to reach out to me.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Cameron.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I see you, okay. You have your board report in front of you for the month of June. I would like to add that the total figures for the expenses are not completely accurate because we have to do payroll accruals and we have accounts payable accruals. The payroll accruals will be finished up probably next week, but AP accruals usually sometime go through August. So, happy to answer any questions if y'all have any.
Any questions, board members?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hutto. Next up, facilities, Mr. James Martin.
Would say good evening, but it's so bright out. It's too early for that. I want to give some updates for June and July, what's going on in operations as we move towards a fast approaching new school year. I want to highlight a big achievement for us, some exciting news that everything in our safety grant was completed prior to June 30th. One of the largest things was our BDA project. And when you have that inspected, the fire marshal comes out, he does the testing. So he walks the building, radios dispatch in every wing of the building to make sure that the radios work. And in our district, a lot of those areas didn't. So school emergency radios, emergency responders, the radios didn't work. And you know that's instrumental if something was to happen in communication. So I want to share a letter that Fire Marshal Ricky Jenkins sent out, and he copied me on it. But he sent it out to EMS, Fire, Dorchester County Emergency Management, the Sheriff's Office. And it said, we're excited to share some great news as part of our continued commitment to safety and preparedness. We're proud to announce the successful installation of BDAs, which are bidirectional amplifiers, in our schools in District 4. This equipment is a specialized device designed to boost radio frequency signals and extend their range. It consists of several components, including amplifiers, filters, antennas, and power supplies, all working together to amplify and distribute signals effectively. In a nutshell, our 800 radios will now be working inside Woodland High School, Woodland Middle School, Clay Hill Elementary, Williams Memorial, Harleyville, and Dorchester School District 4 has invested in the safety of their students and safety of our first responders. SROs will now be able to communicate with dispatchers easier, and this has been a great partnership between the county and the school district to make this happen. So that's a pretty big achievement. A lot of districts are still working to get there, and we can now say that all our schools can do that. And you know, the one exercise we did have an active shooter full-scale operation at Woodland High School really showed the importance of that. Because in DD2, it took them, I think, 20 minutes to breach the building, get to where the event was taking place, and that was cut down due to training to about 10 minutes at Woodland, but it would have been even quicker if they were able to communicate. So the officers had to rely on yelling and line of sight and signals to where normally they would just use a radio. So that's very exciting for us, and I know our first responders, so. Proud
Mr.
of
Martin, excuse me, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Before you go any further, I just want to commend you on working so hard to get that safety grant. I I know you've
Thank
gotten
you.
more than one in the last year, year and a half, and look what it's done for safety and our kids. And I know these parents here tonight feel the same way. This is really, really important for our children and our safety of our kids. And I want to really thank you and everyone involved in getting this done.
Well, I appreciate that.
Time for school to start back in the fall.
Yeah, the timing was great. It's a large project just because of you have to get in through every ceiling, and it was really set to do this summer to get it accomplished in a small window. And it was done, and I know the fire marshal, Dorchester County's been trying to do it and get grants and everything, and they didn't. And when they found out, I said, we have one and we're gonna do all of our schools. They were excited to know that.
Right.
And, but that was, proud of that accomplishment. Our technology department, they're still working on, swapping out desktops, setting up new Chromebooks. They got their new shipment of Chromebooks. That was 1,000 Chromebooks, right? So had to buy them some shelving to hold all that too, so technology department's very busy. This is all some oppressive numbers here I didn't realize. The Food and Nutrition Department Summer Cafe program provided 20,275 breakfast meals and 20,472 lunch meals during the 14 days of operation in the month of June. This is an average of 1,449 breakfast meals and 1,463 lunch meals daily. Yeah, I didn't even know that. That's a huge number. And this program runs through Thursday, July 24th. And the Food Nutrition Office also signed their annual agreement to operate programs for 25-26, so that's good. We also, in our capital plan, we have all the drawings and everything. We assessed every kitchen, and we have a lot of outdated equipment and a lot of outdated infrastructure. So we have those bid packages together. That's out for bid, so when the numbers come in, we hope to start phasing new equipment in. It's not gonna happen all at once because we have to do electrical and plumbing upgrades. But I hope by the end of next summer, going into the next year, a majority of our kitchens will be with new equipment. That's another goal. Transportation Department hosted interviews last week, and 3 driver candidates were sent forward to do their 4-day South Carolina Department of Education school bus driver training class starting July 7, 2025. One applicant's already possessing a CDL license, which is great, and the additional school staff members are currently in training. With the addition of the board salaries that were issued for transportation, it's been a pretty aggressive campaign, and we're hoping during the course of this year it really pays off. So we've got people in the pipeline, and hopeful that we'll get to a point to where we won't really be short drivers. We'll be fully staffed, and we're heading in that direction. So that's exciting news. And there's a list of summer projects that are ongoing, and I think we have 12 days before school gets here, so it's all hands on deck.
Well, when you see Mr. Earl, do thank him about the summer feeding. That is so important.
That was a lot of meals.
That is a lot of meals, and I mean, it's almost the entire population of our school,
telling you.
student-wise. And also Mr. DeLee for all his hard work with technology, and also our new transportation director. That's wonderful what all y'all are doing.
Thank you, ma'am.
The schools look great.
They're getting there.
They are looking great. Thank you so
Glad
much.
to hear we got some more capital money coming, so
Yeah, all right.
still
And,
working on spending this batch.
That's
That's
wonderful.
good news, though.
It is. It's
Thank you
wonderful.
so much.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Okay. Our superintendent.
But we are still always looking for bus drivers, so anybody, sign up. First thing we have, first read for policies, section G. This is the second half of those policies. We're in the personnel section. Just the first reads, we ask that you look at this, get a good picture of what's going on in those policies. There's a lot of information in there with leave, annual sick leave, important stuff, and it can be a little wordy, so it's important to read it and pay attention to it. But please read through this. I'll work with Ms. Hughes to identify a day when we can do a special call meeting, so we can do a second read on these. We'd like to get these in place as we go into the new school year. Everything is done there. Next thing is a field trip. It is an overnight field trip. This one is going to Myrtle Beach overnight in August. And since it's overnight, it does need your approval. It's our FFA. They always do a great job taking our students out up there, and they perform well. They do a great job. They represent the district well, and certainly want them to continue to do that work. So that'll be the middle school that will be going, but Ms. Leonard from the high school will also be supporting that as well. It'll be middle school and high school.
Middle and high.
That's right.
Okay.
So this would need your approval since it is an overnight trip.
Madam Chairman, I make a motion to approve the field trip as presented for August 15th through 17th, 2025 in North Myrtle Beach to the FFA Leadership Retreat.
We have a motion made by Ms. Evelyn Infinger, seconded by Mr. Folk, to approve the field trip to North Myrtle Beach. Are there any further questions, comments? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. It is approved.
Thank you.
And they do a wonderful job with our children. They really
They
do.
do. We, between the middle school and the high school, it's a great flow of students that get to continue from the middle school to the high school. I don't know if we always had that great flow. Last thing I just wanted to touch base with y'all before I wrap up is, you may have heard in the news about these delays with federal funding. This was an email that just came out here today. So it's going to hit us, this delay is going to hold some of our money that we use in certain areas. Primarily, a big portion of it goes towards our professional development for staff and teachers. Fortunately, we do have some carryover from the previous year that'll get us through for the time being. But it will impact us depending on how long of a delay it is. Dr. Jackson and her team working with it, finance working on it, and just keeping a close eye on it. But this is a piece that I want y'all to be aware of. One of those pieces that is being delayed is the 21st Century Grant. That is our after-school program at 3 of our schools, Clay Hill, Harleyville, and Woodland Middle School. It serves over 100 students. Transportation is provided for those students in the evening to get them home. So it is a great service to our families for that after-school care. Right now, as you can see in this email, that money is being held. We don't know when that money will be coming to us. And our schools have applied or are working through their grants or just renewed their grants. And we really have 3 really solid directors, supervisors over those grants at those 3 schools. I think one of the schools is on a trip right now or to this week or something, trying to take our kids different places. So they're doing great things. But as of right now, today, this moment, we are on hold with that money that would support those programs at those 3 schools. So we really brief conversations about what our next steps are going to be there, because we certainly want to be able to have that support and those services for our families. What that looks like, we do not know at this exact moment. This is a work in progress for all of us, and we hope tomorrow that we get the great news that that money's been released. But I can say this 21st century money, I don't know. We'll see. But going into the new school year, I don't think that money will be there to start the year off. So we've got to figure out what our options are going to be there for our families. But I wanted you to be aware of that. If word comes down that we pulled that program, this is why we didn't pull the program. The funding was put on hold. So I could see some parents wanting to have some questions there, and that's the situation there.
Thank you.
And That is all I have.
Okay. Well, that's great. At this time, the board will go into executive session to discuss personnel matters. Excuse me. Oh, you are not on my other sheet. I'm sorry. I didn't
That's
look at
all
the
right.
new sheet. I apologize. There you are. Sorry, Ms. Evelyn.
Okay, there's a couple bills they're looking at up at the state. They're looking to make the teacher certificate permanent, where you used to have to get it renewed. And also, the school safety fund for resource officers is still being looked at. And that's all I have update on that
That's good news about the certificate, I think.
for teachers.
Thank you, Ms. Evelyn. I will commend Ms. Evelyn, too, for looking into all this. It's not easy to understand these legislative updates, because for some reason, they keep changing daily. So it is important, and when you're dealing with policy in schools, it's very important to keep up with those changes. So I appreciate Ms. Evelyn taking that extra time to do that. So it is at this time, we will take a motion to go into executive session to discuss personnel matters and legal matters. Any action taken, we will come out in public and vote. So if this time, I do need a motion.
Make a motion, we go into executive session.
Okay, do we have
I
a
second that.
motion made by Mr. Folks, seconded by Ms. Evelyn Enfinger? Any questions? We are in